I am here every Thursday, 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock Pacific time, right here on the Ocelli Radio Network, which is really one of the most, I think it's the gem in the landscape of media today. Please donate, buy a coffee and some smokes for my man, my producer, and the owner of this network, Chuck, today by donating at Ocelli.com. Keep it alive. Keep it alive.
Ocelli.com.
Revelation through comprehension.
The views expressed by callers, co-hosts, or anyone else who happens to get on the air at Ocelli.com do not necessarily reflect the views of Ocelli.com or Chuck Ocelli, and we are not responsible for any stupidity which might ensue. Thank you.
Go ahead, caller.
I'm interested in the truth about the JFK assassination.
Right. Well, what do you want to know?
Judy Baker's wild claim, Oswald girlfriend, she knew Ruby and Barry, cancer weapons. Really?
I imagine I could claim I have 4 wheels. It doesn't make me a wagon, but okay.
Oswald was on the kill team and trying to prevent the murder of John Kennedy. Come on now. Has a real expert on the JFK assassination looked into her claims?
Go to Amazon.com, enter Judith Baker in her own words. You'll get results for a digital copy of a book where Walt Brown utilizes her own words and the known evidence in the case to get at, well, a different perspective, let's say. You can get Judith Barry Baker in her own words from the author himself, signed if you request it, by contacting Dr. Brown at KIASJFK@AOL.com. It's a fun book, and it actually dissects the many, many fantastic claims. Judith Barry Baker in her own words.
Thank you for all the great information.
Like kick.
Put it on my face. I'm able to breathe just a little bit deeper.
What are people saying about mytrueessence.net?
Sorry, that'll take about 45 more seconds. That
$2.92.
And like the second day, I didn't, I just noticed it. I'm walking around. I'm like, damn, my knee is loose.
I can tell you that oil you gave me helped me with my carpal.
you guys hear that real good, right?
Yeah, we hear it.
Essential oils rule.
And when I put that on, it's like my skin came alive.
mytrueessence.net.
You're listening to the O'Chelly.com radio network.
O'Chelly.com.
Revelation through conversation.
Warning, 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 warning. This is a Emergency Broadcast. Code Red, here we are. Pick up your iPads, your cell phones, and have me and listen to Uncle the Podcast. Watch out. If you're sitting down for this, or if you're standing up, you better get ready for this, because it's going to hit the eardrums. Uncle the Broadcast.
You're listening to Uncle the Broadcast. My name is Aaron. I'm the nephew-in-law. Here is the start of the show, Uncle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. 292. We are at.
We're there. We made it to that episode.
Now, we have to ask these questions.
We do. Well,
has everybody got telephone numbers ready?
Well,
we were talking about for wrestling acquisition.
And, of course, we always have our phone number. You could call in and join us, 319-527-5016. You will join the show. You'll be on here with us. We want to talk to you. Also, you can use Skype, Charles Ocelli, to hop onto Skype. Send Chuck a message. Type him one, and he'll bring you on the show. Or call 319-527-5016. We're live every Sunday night from Ocelli.com.
All right, let me guess who'd be the first caller tonight.
We're going to find out. Call in, everybody.
Call in, and then the lines are open.
They are open.
Ring, ring. Let's go.
We want to hear from you. But yeah, Uncle, you what
ring.
What do we have to address here tonight? What's important? What is it that we have to deal with here?
Well, I had a guest on them from last week. Was asked about if they would find phone numbers and start on some kind of caller and see if we can get some wrestling numbers up.
Yes. We were talking again, as we have before in the past, that one of your dream guests to be on the show is really not any specific professional wrestler.
No.
Pretty much any professional wrestler.
Anyone that's entitled to want to talk to me.
Yeah, and amicable. Yep, that's exactly it.
The word.
One that would be amicable in coming onto this show and just, being a guest on the show. We're not picky. And so, the idea came up last week, like, well, these wrestlers must have phone numbers.
I got an example.
Yeah.
Sidekick here is trying to get Birdman.
I did do that.
And you got a number, I suppose.
What I did was, after the show last week, I kind of thought, I'm like, okay, what wrestlers, professional wrestlers, might we be able to get? And that are still, like, cool and, like, big names. And for whatever reason, I'm like, oh, yeah, Birdman Coco Beware. I remember him. He was in the WWE in its heyday back in, like, the 80s, early 90s. He was always, I always thought he was fun and cool. And at the same time, he's not, like, at the level of, like, an Undertaker or, like, somebody huge like Stone Cold Steve Austin. So it's like, I'm like, it's conceivable that you might be able to get him on, maybe. And so I just found him on social media. He's on Twitter. I followed him. Like, hey, and I sent him an email. I sent him an email request first. I'm like, hey, could you come on the show? And then I also followed him on social media. I requested other people, like, hey, follow Coco Beware and let him know that Uncle sent you. We'd like to have him on the show. Because I went to his website, Uncle, and there's a contact form. A lot of these guys are similar. They have a contact form, and they're expecting, because they're expecting to get interview requests from podcasts. I'm sure they get a lot of them these days. And so they kind of let you know. And in the contact form, there was a spot that said, okay, what's your show? Where's it at with the website? And what's the verbiage? I think it's like, what's the reach of the show? They basically want to know how many downloads you're getting and things like that. They want to know your social media account, presumably to know how many followers you have.
That would be up to Chuck to tell him, no?
Well, I gave them an answer to the best of my ability. I'm like, here, this is our social media. This is how many downloads roughly we get.
Oh, you get him.
And so these are the kind of questions when you try to call a wrestler, Uncle, that the wrestlers they fire questions back at you.
Yeah, I knew that they're gonna shoot back at me, but about what's one of the things to say, and they would like to talk, I'm sure, to know what they want to say. So it goes two ways here.
Yeah.
I reached out on Twitter for you, Uncle, and also on Facebook to a couple of wrestlers to see if I could get them interested. Is there a way we can contact you, interview you, etc.? Because some of them have public accounts and some of them have, hey, here's my celebrity account for me being a celebrity. So I reached out to, I think about 6 of them on Facebook and about the same amount on Twitter, different guys. And I got absolutely no response from anybody, nothing.
Well, we heard about what he did.
Yeah,
he actually got somebody commenting.
Well,
so
I'm in the same boat as Chuck, Uncle, because I didn't receive a response.
They didn't come back at you.
No, I didn't hear anything back from Coco Beware, unfortunately. And I'm not upset about that. I'm not it's not like a judgment call on him or any other wrestler that would be like that. I understand.
Just so you know, and just in case a wrestler's tuning in to take a listen tonight to see who's listening, we got multiple people listening in Oceania, I call it, but it's Australia, right? In let's see, Brisbane and Rivervale are the 2 towns I note here. There's also Germany. There's a pub and restaurant that's been listening to us for almost 5 weeks straight.
5 weeks?
5 weeks straight.
Oh, man.
It says 4 weeks, 6 days. And anyway, that's how long they've been hooked on to the live radio stream. So they've been listening to the replays, the live stuff, everything for almost 5 weeks straight.
They must got up to a certain amount of listening.
Those Germans, they know how to party. That's all I can say.
They're just, while they're drinking and eating over there, they're listening to us while they're serving food. And I don't know, maybe it's just behind the bar. I'm not sure. If somebody wants to send us a message from Germany, let us know what, are you listening at the bar? Is it being throughout the whole restaurant? Let us know.
Chuck, I'll go a step further. If you're listening at that place in Germany, I would love it if you got a hold of us, and I want you to be a guest on our show. I want these German pub goers to be guests, at least on Uncle the Podcast. I want you on the show. Call in. I would love to talk to them. That'd be great.
Tell you what, I can call them internationally if they give me their whole phone number. I can call them through the Skype and tie them into the Uncle show live if they want. Now the thing is, it's like morning time over there, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. I think it's like an 8-hour time difference between us and them. That's what makes it so difficult to do.
So I think they're eating breakfast at that restaurant right now. Okay. But if you want to call in while you're eating breakfast and you hear Uncle,
they can still do that if they want to. If they want to call in,
no, but I'll call them so they don't got to pay for it. I'll call them. I've got some international Skype credit. So
let's hit some of the things, Chuck. Let's see what we can hear.
Give me your phone number. If you're listening in Germany, give me your phone number. I will call you. So you don't got to pay for the international call. I'll pay the bill because I got some Skype credit for international calls. So give me your number and I'll call you. How about that? There's an offer, Uncle. I'm offering.
All right. That sounds okay, though. Because maybe this is a move. This could be a good move.
This is a move.
This is a move that something can be moved.
Oh, yeah. It's a definite move.
Bonus if you're a wrestler in Germany.
Oh, yeah. If you're a wrestler, holy moly.
And-
You've
and
got the air. I'll let them have the air for how long they want it.
We won't even talk.
I let him, if there's a wrestler there, like I said, if there's a wrestler there, I'll let him have the hour from my hour. If it's a wrestler.
Right, and I probably got enough Skype credit. I can carry that whole call for the whole hour, okay?
Yeah.
Now, the other thing is just to give you the update, and then I'm going to shut up and let you guys get back to it. But we got about 5 listeners in Canada right now, different places. I'm pretty sure I know who one of them is. But what else we got here? Let's see. Ottawa, Edmonton, Calgary.
Ooh, yeah, out there.
What is this one? Something Island. I can't read it. Anyway, Something Island is an island, I guess, off the coast of Canada, but it's counting it as Canada. I already mentioned Australia. We have United Kingdom, and it's numbers and letters that come together. I don't know what that means, but it's a location in the United Kingdom. And we also have one totally somebody hiding who they are. Totally unknown, nation of origin unknown, all that stuff is listening on our stream. So I don't know where they are, but welcome. So there you go. Plus people all over America. I mean, obviously we got Houston, Texas. We got, I'm sure I know what that is. Let's see. We got California. We got Alabama. Let's see. Caddy, Texas. Okay. We got Michigan. We got Washington State. We got California again. Another Houston, Texas. A general United States, which doesn't give me the location, just says it's in the United States. Another United States, Arizona. Let's see, Pennsylvania. Ohio, Tennessee. Let's see, Texas again. Okay, anyway, I'm just giving you a general idea who's listening. I know you like to know it, and we have a healthy amount of people on the stream tonight. So there you go.
Okay.
Very good. Okay, well, we got a good. That's good. We got a lot of customers tonight, Uncle. That's the point. I guess in that vein, why don't we just reiterate that they could call in, anybody listening or watching the live stream or what have you. Call 319.
I was a call and you're up the airline.
You will be on air. Yeah. Join us, 319-527-5016, or type a message to Chuck. He'll bring you on the show through Skype, charles.ocelli. Type him a message, or 319.
There's our phone first call. Wait a minute. We got our first call on the line.
Oh, here it is.
Where you from and where you come from? Hello?
Oh, Jimmy James.
Aha! I knew. Jimmy boy!
Oh. He knew.
How come we have them coming back?
Had a thought.
What?
Would the MMA count?
M.A.?
You're talking about MMA. Oh, does that count as a wrestler? You're talking about mixed martial arts.
Yeah.
That's a wrestler?
Yeah. You know what he does. He can have the
a good guess. Somebody who does that.
Yeah.
It would be a good guess.
I'd say so, yeah. I'll give that.
Good guess.
I know a guy down the road that did that. He even had a belt for a while.
Oh,
wow. That is like wrestling.
Should have had him pop him right up. Should have had him pop him up in your place and say, "Hey, get on the air." Mm-hmm. If you knew that.
Oh,
that would have been the first. You'll be the first. You'll be the first one to get something going.
Indeed.
If you had that.
Yeah, I should just get him to call in.
Yeah.
That would be good. We would appreciate that. That'd be awesome.
Just to get something rolling.
Tell him Jimmy sent you.
It's something to roll with some of these guys. Because if one gets going, like I said, if one gets going, then they'll start, hey, these guys not so bad. Boom.
There's all sorts of ways to approach this, honestly. We could take the other approach where we go more hardcore into like the booking side of the show, which I've neglected for a long time, honestly. Side. Yeah, just going about finding any given guest you can. Just get guest after guest and keep upping your proficiency in just procuring guests to the point where you get better and better guests. And then you've had so many guests and of such high caliber that a wrestler wants to come on and like, oh, I want to be among the ranks of, you know, Mark Maron or whoever came on the show. You know, if you make it up to a level like that. So, you know, there's all sorts of different ways to go about this. It's like, do we just try to get a wrestler out of nowhere, or do we go back to square one and do I start inviting everybody who sends me an email on the show just to say that we had somebody as a guest? Because I do actually get some interesting like publicity statements from different people that want to be guests, and I usually pass them over. There's been a couple that I've almost said, okay, why don't I just have them on? But then I haven't for various reasons. Sometimes just because I'm lazy, but usually it's just because it's like, I don't know if that guest would work on the show, honestly. But yeah, there's all sorts of stuff like that going on that we could do, you know. But enough about that. Who has a wrestler's number? That's what I want to know. If you do, call in. Surely you must have one. You must have found one laying around somewhere, Jimmy, right? A wrestler's number one of these days?
One of these. Just a number.
No, but I honestly, this week I was just kind of hammered with everyday life stuff.
Yeah.
See, I told you, you have to get organized. And I knew this wouldn't go out like I planned it. I knew it wouldn't happen. I just had that feeling. I gave you guys a test, and
we failed.
And you did. Actually failed.
That's all right.
I got to give it to you.
Wait, Chris Graves? Graves ain't called in yet. He was the chief promulgator.
Oh, yeah, well, you know.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, him too. Well, we haven't got to him yet. You're right.
To Chris's favor, he tweeted out tons of, like 20 tweets to these different wrestlers to come onto the show.
Yeah.
And I think I retweeted all of them through the Uncle account just a few hours back.
Oh, you did?
So he's, for what it's worth, he's like trying. And again, that's a difficult road to go down. That it really is.
Chris did it in public. I sent him messages privately. I was thinking, and not the same guys either. I sent different guys messages. Chris and I got a couple of the same guys, but I sent different guys messages too. Jim Cornette was one that I sent a message to. I sent a message to not Superfly, but one of the other guys.
Yeah, Superfly.
One of the other guys that was with him at one point. God, who else did I send a message to? So one of the guys that Rey Mysterio. I sent a message.
Uncle was just mentioning Rey Mysterio today.
I was just mentioning him.
You were.
In fact, I was listening to him on my phone. He was on my phone.
Yeah.
Had a commercial thing about him.
Well, I picked a couple of guys who have podcasts. Now, I know that the $1 Million Man doesn't want to talk to nobody right now. He's avoiding people. But
he is.
Message too, though. Ted DiBiase.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he'd be good.
He'd be good, but man,
he's concerned about doing publicity right now because he's caught up in that whole scandal. But but I sent a message anyway, just to say, look, we're not going to talk to you about the scandal.
Yeah, I know.
But
I just want about the wrestling and stuff.
Well, you heard about that thing with Brett Favre where he supposedly got a whole bunch of what they call, well, it's basically money. He ended up getting welfare money to fund projects right through the discretionary block grants that states get. They got money out of him and Brett Favre caught up in that, and Ted DiBiase was supposed to create an app for kids to get Christian scriptures on a daily basis for his money, and because he's like a minister now. Yes. No, Ted DiBiase's a minister now. Seriously.
Yeah, I knew he was very much into that scene. Yeah.
He's supposed to have made an app for kids to actively get scriptures that are inspirational and apply to them on a daily basis, and develop the app. And it turns out that he was getting money from Oh, what do they call that thing? There's a name for it. It's the direct payments for money for women that don't have partners or whatever.
Oh.
It's welfare payment is what it is.
Okay.
It's,
Yeah. Okay.
I forget what it's called.
Oh,
Got it.
well,
Yeah. Interesting.
that's interesting. Well,
Yeah. Well.
Brett Favre got some welfare money, and he built a volleyball stadium for like $2 million or $3 million.
Oh, God.
And Brett Favre gave the money back and said he didn't know that he was, that he didn't know it was welfare money. But anyway.
Well, to be fair with like Brett Favre, his kind of money. Now the $1 Million Man, I doubt he's got much money to play with.
no, he's retired.
When you're dealing with tens and tens or hundreds of millions of dollars, he probably does have all kinds of people working for him that does this stuff.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, but they had text messages with him directly talking to the lady who was getting him the funds, and where he's like, "There's no way the public's going to find out where this money came from." He says to the lady in the text.
Yes.
It's a little.
Well, then he's in big trouble.
Yeah, kind of is.
He should be. Yeah, he should be. There's no excuse. I see we have Sally Dahl in the chat room at YouTube, so we'll say hello. Glad to have you there. Saying something about a person in turquoise waving. I'm not sure what that means, but cool. Glad to have you.
I was just sent through a message. TANF is the name of the type of payments. TANF. Yeah.
TANF.
Temporary assistance for needy families. TANF, they call it.
Okay. I was going to say, I never heard of that, but okay. That sounds about
That's
right.
I know. There's something is saying other thing. I know.
But that's where the money came from. Is the pot that money comes out when you have kids that are in poverty, the payment to their parents.
Right.
Temporary welfare, basically.
Got it.
No, I don't get that. Why would Brett Favre, who has to have just a crap load of money, do something so petty?
Well, because he wanted millions of dollars to build a volleyball stadium at the university where his daughter was playing volleyball.
That makes sense.
And he didn't care how he was going to do it.
That makes sense.
He's corrupt.
I'm making judgment on that. I'm just saying that the money actually came from this, which is one of those. This is part of the controversy. Yeah.
How much? I don't get it. Like, he could have just done it. Like, $5 million to him probably wouldn't be nothing.
That's what I was thinking. But one of the common things with a lot of these guys who are super rich is that, if they can avoid spending their own money, they do, right?
Yeah.
That's why they do fundraisers. These guys show up at fundraisers, they get everybody else's money. Mm-hmm. And what did they do? They lent their time, right? They raised the money for it. So they're the fundraiser.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what a lot of celebrities do.
Yep.
Instead of putting their own money in. They, some of them put their own money in, but I mean, some they just fundraisers, it's like, why was this guy or that guy at a fundraiser?
Yep.
Sort of like Sean controversy right now with, like whatever he's doing and stuff like that. And he's involved in this and that, but he actually goes and does stuff too.
Right.
Unlike some of these other guys who are like, I showed up, you should donate money. and they have people do it. But sometimes they also facilitate money from like other places that have grants or, discretionary money. So the block grants that are given to states, they have the ability to disperse some of that how they see fit to support, public works and things like that. So under that auspice, this is how Brett Favre ends up getting millions of dollars for a volleyball facility, again at a college, right? So, and like I said, Ted DiBiase was supposed to be building this, app, which would, give moral support to teenagers through, Christian services, and that money was given to him for that, and came from the same funding source. So. But anyway, Ted doesn't want to talk about that right now. So I was thinking, hey, look, we'll talk to you about wrestling, just wrestling. I thought maybe that would be a good hook, but he didn't respond.
Yeah.
Well, I was wondering about him, DiBiase. How does he actually carry that case around with all this money, and then have to go into a match, but still have it by his side, not having nobody going after him.
That's what he used to do. He carried a briefcase.
I mean, yeah. He used to take
that.
that.
Have money in it. Okay,
right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's how he used to do it.
I thought he used to have a sidekick that used to have a handcuffed to him.
No,
Yeah,
no.
that was
Virgil.
back-
Yeah, Virgil, the bodyguard is. what Virgil
Bodyguard was one.
Yes.
Yeah, he had one. But what happened to him? I think he got rid of him. Or something happened.
He went solo for a minute because they had some sort of drama where they separated.
Yeah.
He wasn't the bodyguard
That's what I
anymore,
was saying.
and he was wrestling on his own as Virgil. And then I forget what happened to him after that.
I know sometime after Ted DiBiase lost the $1 million belt. Remember, he had a belt specially made. It was supposed to be all diamonds and gold.
Right. Yeah. That was it. That was it. Yeah. And that's probably where he probably lost it. His partner in there.
Yeah, somebody beat him for that belt.
Yeah. That's probably what happened.
What a shame.
Going after a belt and trying to hold on money.
Became $1 million belt. There's a good trivia question. Whatever became of the $1 million belt?
No. These are questions we would give up on it. I mean, ask.
Yeah, exactly
just that's what I'd ask them. Exactly what you just said, Chuck.
Yeah, $1 million man, tell us whatever happened to the $1 million belt, $1 million man.
Yeah. Since you've been carrying all that cash around,
we want to know.
Yeah,
we do want to know.
You told me last time you knew that some doctor in southern Florida had bought it.
Oh, okay.
Somebody in
Okay, interesting.
What is belt?
No, wait, that was the gun that killed Kennedy. I got all mixed up there.
No, that's his section. That's nothing to do with. It's nothing to do with my section.
I think that was the gun that killed Oswald. Ruby sold it, right?
Jimmy, that wasn't.
The Johnson 30-06 that was probably a shell. An expelled case from it was later found on the roof of the court building, Chuck?
Oh, well, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'm going to show
Well, anyways, Lauren Hall or whoever had it last ended up selling it to that dentist that lived in Florida that was like a basically Ku Klux Klan member. Oh. You know, those nuts.
Yeah.
Anyways, so leave it at that. Yeah, we got no response from the $1 million man. We got no response from a bunch of these guys. And Chris tried publicly asking them, hey, come on. And you never know. Sometimes you ask the right guy publicly and they go, sure. Mm-hmm. They'll just do it, So Chris' shot was just as good as mine and everybody else's. But anybody else who wants to go ahead and reach out to a wrestler, maybe you know one, you know their website and you can contact them. Use their contact forms or ask them on social media, whatever. If they get enough of them, somebody will go, hey, you know what? I gotten a bunch of requests for this show.
Yes.
Maybe,
exactly.
Go do it.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the point we're trying to get to.
What we've wheeled back around to, Uncle, is the Street Cream. We need their help.
Oh, yeah. Street Cream. What have you guys been up to? Have you got numbers for us? Street Cream. Hello, Street Cream.
What they can do is...
Talking to Street Cream.
Yeah, talk to them.
Street Cream, you got the numbers out.
Go get numbers. You've been tasked with it. Go get numbers. Do that for us. Are they on the line? No, but seriously, like Chuck was saying, all they got to do is just I suggest follow them on social media. Follow them on Twitter, Instagram, whatever social media account, and tell them Uncle sent you. Be like, I'm here because of Uncle Podcast. You should go on their show. I'd like to hear you on that. If a lot of people did that, that is just
that
crazy
might have kicked it. Might kick some action.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Right. If it's more than just me.
What about this school?
Which, by the way, I'm adding a caller via Skype. I'm adding a caller via Skype, just so you know right now. But if we all bug these guys enough, if they get a handful of messages, it might get done. So here's your caller via Skype, Uncle.
Okay, who's it and who's on this line? Hello? Birdman.
It's a bird. It's a Birdman.
Just a moment.
Oh, I recognize that anyway. That's got to be Chris Graves.
The Birdman. Flying in from the north.
Birdman. We're just talking about you guys. What are you cracking up here, sidekick?
It's the Birdman.
What are you cracking up
This is the
about?
Birdman.
That man can't talk.
Birdman Robin Hood from
it's Robbie.
up in the snow country.
It's Robbie Boy. I thought it was actually a wrestler talking. We're talking wrestlers here, and
I
you...
retired from wrestling.
Oh, my.
Long ago.
Oh, boy.
This is another Birdman.
We had a discussion about, I don't know if you were on last week there. But,
no, I heard about it.
Oh, you heard that? About we were trying to get numbers for some of these guys and see who would come up with some, and they all failed an inspection.
They failed inspection. Did you see the photos I made?
Oh, yeah, very nice.
Those were awesome, Rob.
Thank you for those.
Thank you for them. Yeah, we posted them to Instagram, yes.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy how Chuck turned out as that pallbearer guy.
Yeah, that was very convincing. That looked like it was actually him, like you didn't even Photoshop it. That was cool.
Yeah, how'd you like it, Chuck?
I don't think Chuck is there at the moment, but yeah, it really came out like if you didn't even...
I meant to ask him that. I forgot to ask him.
It was quite seameness. That one was really good. Yeah.
Seema now. He was me.
I got inspired by the talk there last week, so I thought I'd throw down a few Photoshops,
Well, yeah, we appreciate that.
Yeah,
and that really is a good way of promoting the podcast as a force to be reckoned with. Because look, we've got people making art.
People will look at it and say, this guy wants to hear some more. He wants to hear wrestlers on the show.
Well, if you had a specific wrestler, too, that we were going to all bombard, I could make a photo specifically of Uncle challenging that wrestler. And then send it to this guy. Birdman. Maybe I'll make one of Birdman versus Uncle.
You know what we could do is we could do the video style, like the interviews they do before a match, and then we could interview Uncle, like, what are you gonna do?
Uncle's coming for you, Birdman. We're gonna bury you underneath giant rock.
That would sound interesting.
Exactly. That could be good, Uncle. Start doing wrestling interviews ourselves. That could be a good way to get some notoriety going too.
Maybe the way talk their way, maybe that would do it. Who knows? I just went on my
What
voice.
about those midget wrestlers from the 70s? Is there any midget wrestlers still?
Midget wrestlers?
From the 70s.
Yeah, remember those guys?
From the 70s he's talking about.
Those little midgets?
Yeah, they're some of the highlights of wrestling in general.
Yeah, they're
little guys.
Then there was, I remember...
Oh, I don't know why I've seen those guys. That was an awesome show.
There was
live.
You know who we should get is Doink the Clown.
Oh,
he had like a little person, Dink, right? Didn't he have Dink as a sidekick?
Yeah, he did. Matter of fact, I believe he did.
So
he did.
So
I do remember him.
Maybe we could get Doink or Dink.
Doink or Dink would know what you want to talk about. Maybe we'll get some kind of conversation, funny laugh going.
Could be good.
I got a question for you, Aaron. On your little world map on a video, are those live listeners?
Okay, let me pull that up first of all, since you mentioned it. Where is the globe? Here.
That's the globe from Ocelli.com. That shows you who's on Ocelli.com at the moment.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Well, I got to give a quick shout out to Kelowna, British Columbia. Then I saw someone was listening from Kelowna, British Columbia.
Yeah,
that's where I lived for a while.
There was also Ottawa was on there, and Calgary.
I screw those places, but Kelowna.
Vito's place.
There it is.
I like Kelowna.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I've noticed the globe has been like popping on and off all night. We got people coming in and out to Ocelli.com from all over the place. So a lot of activity there on your end there, Chuck. So
there is.
It's a good visual. I love it as a visual.
Mm-hmm. Big size moon. This is size big moon. It's something looking at who's called then.
I got 3-4 people in 5 people in Australia right now. Which is unusual.
Down under.
We got same amount in Canada, apparently, according to what I see here.
Interesting.
As I was telling Uncle before, 1 in the UK and Germany. in this restaurant, they've been listening to us for almost 5 straight weeks. They've had us on.
Wow.
Can't understand. What I don't understand, I know they're listening, but what I don't understand, how to not get a call up, the call in, and just to hear the voice.
Well,
that's what I'm confused about on some of these people.
From Germany, so that's why I said to if somebody wants to message me from Germany, let me know. I'll call them, even on a phone. I've got international calling on Skype, so I can do that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, and
well,
also,
you're an intimidating guy.
Might be a problem.
Intimidating.
What problem?
But the Germans, maybe they're not comfortable with their English ability, speaking ability.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, that could put them, because people just generally that listen to shows, most of them, even if there's a call number, aren't going to call in because of all sorts of different reasons. First of all, it's just an act of doing something to actually pick up the phone and do it. But it can be unnerving for somebody. Somebody could get nervous because it's like public speaking, which people hate, generally speaking.
And they won't speak clearly.
Mm-hmm. That too. All sorts of things.
Jimmy, were you ever stationed in Germany?
No, I just went to Ramstein once when I was injured.
Oh, wow. Interesting. How was that?
Not fun.
Was it not fun?
I was just there as a patient. I was just there as a patient, dude. I was unconscious, honestly, so.
They wheeled you in a
don't have a
stretcher?
lot of German stories.
They wheeled you in a stretcher to Ramstein?
I couldn't tell you, dude. I was in sleepy night land.
We're going to add another Skype caller.
Ooh, we got another one.
All right. Now we're talking.
German.
Now I get.
Oh, now things are getting interesting, Uncle.
This is Germany?
This is a caller on Skype.
Okay, on Skype, Germany? We know you're from Germany. Who are you? And you're on air. Hello?
Not from Germany, and they just added in now.
Oh.
Okay.
Hello?
New caller. You're there.
Caller, you're on.
Hello. Jimmy Jams? No, this is Chris. How you doing? Chris Graves. How you doing?
Oh.
We knew he'd show up. Now that didn't look
Yeah, you should have given us a little German accent there, Chris. That
would have been a good actress.
Wee, poo poo, wee wee. Yeah, that's
Oh, God, that's French.
Wee, that's French.
Kind of.
What are you talking about? That's French. Got him cracking up over here.
Yeah. Uncle, you got a pen and a piece of paper?
Pen, piece of paper.
I have a pen. Now I have a piece of paper.
If you're going to give them the numbers, I got them, but we're going to run out of time, so we'll have for next week those numbers you just gave me.
Do you have
guys, the numbers that I found for Diamond Dallas Page, who does a podcast?
Oh, yes. I was always asking about him.
I don't know if you want to give it out live on air, though, to the rest of us.
We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. So
why not?
I want to
hold that.
Give somebody's number on air. No.
No. Wait a minute now. How are we going to?
One is the booker, and the other one is his actual home phone number. So I guess you're right.
Hopefully,
home phone number.
Yeah, we can't give that out on air.
Can you give him a line, not a talker, a line out to him?
Okay, listen.
I was only going to give out the one that's publicly available on his website.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Not use it right now because we're almost out of time.
Time? What time? We're talking here, Chuck.
Sorry, Uncle. I tried.
You only got about 10 more minutes, so hang on. What you're going to want to do is call them next week. Okay, we'll take the numbers. We'll collect up the numbers. I got them right here. Don't worry about it. We'll call them next week. Okay. So if anybody else has more numbers, by all means, pass them to me. But we'll get numbers together and we'll just call a bunch of people next week. We'll see who answers and everything else. But Chris also said he's got a booking number here. We'll figure that out, see if we can get hold of the booker. Maybe we can actually book the guy. Or maybe I'll get the sidekick and I'll hang on to the numbers we can call live.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I could send an email, yeah.
So I tried like 20 or 30 other ones on Twitter as well, but no luck yet, Uncle. But don't give up.
Yeah, no, I ain't giving up because I know they want to talk to me.
We saw yours
Went
in
there
public.
in that time.
So I was talking about how you did it in public. I did some private ones, and I also went on Facebook to try and go after.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I heard all that. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know if you heard that.
What's going on?
So that's where we're at.
I can't hear.
We're working on it. That's what I'm telling you. We're working on it.
We're trying to do it for you, Uncle. We'll get there.
It's truly happening. These are the numbers that we spoke of last week. They're really
So
appearing.
they actually have the numbers, but don't want to have on air. I can understand that.
Well, the air has dissipated, Uncle. The air in the room is gone.
I almost have Kevin Nash too. His number.
Kevin Nash. Oh, that's the Kevin Nash. That's the Kevin Nash that was on NWO. Yeah. That guy. He's good too.
Yeah, he was in the Punisher movie too as the Russian.
Yeah. I remember that.
And Ric Flair, both Aaron and I have that number to call, but he hasn't returned a call in a while.
Oh.
Ric Flair.
Oh.
Maybe we could try again. Maybe. I don't know.
Whoa.
I'm trying to pinpoint Jerry Lawler, so we'll see what happens there too.
Okay, keep working on what you're doing, and then, you said, Chuck, we'll get back with it next week.
Yeah, Chris, did you tweet at what's his name, Cornette?
Yeah, I tweeted at him and everybody.
All right, I messaged him. I also I tweeted him publicly also.
Yeah.
And told him, hey, any show you want on, come on. But I also sent him a private message when it let me.
I sent Sergeant Slaughter a private message too, but I haven't heard anything yet.
Is Mankind still alive?
Yeah.
Mankind still alive. Who's alive?
He feels like a good. He feels like a good fit because he's kind of a comedy guy too.
Yeah, Lanny. Wasn't he Lanny Poffo? Wasn't that his name, or was that?
I'm sure his real name.
Oh gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it now. Mick Foley.
Mick Foley.
Yeah, that's right.
Mick Foley.
It was like Dude Love, Mankind, and Mick Foley, right?
Right.
And Cactus Jack.
And Cactus Jack.
Okay.
Those were his
characters. He was always kind of a funny guy.
Yeah.
Well, the this thing going on with this is very interesting because right now we're getting short of time. So what we have to do is continuing what we're doing.
Yeah,
right.
Keep on keeping on.
And just see what we can get out of what we've got for next week.
Even if we called these guys right now, Uncle, I mean, you want to talk to them for 7 minutes? No, you want to get them at the beginning of the show, right?
Well, yeah, in a way, yeah, that's true. They could take the line, they could take the hour. Always, they can do all the talking they want on my hour, because I was naming to tell, that was my aim, to get a load of these wrestlers and ask about, it's like some have on broadcasters, and I can contact with the broadcast ones.
So we'll divide the jobs here. Sidekick will call the booking agent for this guy, and if we don't get a response by next week from the booking agent, we'll use the other number that Chris says is his home number.
Right.
We'll home.
Oh, definitely either be home, man. One or the other. You want to catch him one of them. Oh, well, had to be someone.
We got a plan. We got at least one plan, and we got another week to get more numbers.
Right. You keep working on this.
This Ventura claims to be a conspiracy, dude. Where's he at?
I reached out to him too, Jimmy.
Oh.
Any chance you guys got any women's callers? Just curiosity. I'm just curiosity. Huh?
We got a woman in the YouTube chat here, Sally Doll.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's true.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Sally Doll.
I reached out to Stephanie McMahon. I don't know if that counts.
That's a lady. That counts if it's a lady, yeah.
She has a man in her name, but that's okay.
Well, a name and a man in his name. A man in his name. If it's a woman and has a name, it's a woman. I mean, why do you know what I mean?
That's the rule.
Yeah,
it's a little confusing these days.
Yeah. Yeah. He said, she should.
As long as she has an innie, not an Audi, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sells seashells by the seashore.
We see.
Well, I don't know about anybody else, but I call tonight's show a success because we got wrestling numbers.
Well, we got the numbers I can see. Well, you did a good job of getting the numbers. But next week, like Chuck said, next week we'll try them out to call them. How's that?
Yeah.
I got a guy claiming that he has Hulk Hogan's cell phone number.
Hulk Hogan's cell phone
Terry
number.
Bollea.
Call him up.
Oh, man.
Call him up. It's still early. In
He don't know that he's passed.
I'm gonna try that on I'm gonna try that tomorrow off air.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm being set up for there.
Yeah, sounds like trouble.
Could be
You'll
trouble.
probably call it Chuck. Chuck, you'll probably call it. It'll probably be, this is Dr. Fetzer. How can I help you?
Dr. Fatsko.
Dr. Mengele.
Uncle Fester.
Uncle Fester? What is he doing? What's up these days?
I don't know. Was he on that show with that latest show about
the Wednesday show you're talking
The Wednesday
about.
show, yeah.
Was he on that one, Uncle Fester?
He was.
Uncle Fester.
Uncle
yeah.
Fester was
Yeah.
on the Wednesday show, and it was
Yeah.
played by Fred Armisen.
I've never seen it yet. I haven't watched it.
He's played by Doc Brown.
Fred Armisen.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Frank
Fred
Armisen.
Armisen played Fester? I can't picture that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He played Uncle
Take
Fester.
a picture of that one.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Take a picture of that one.
You can?
You
I
can.
can't picture it.
Yeah.
For one thing, he's way too skinny.
But the voice is what brings it out. Like we're doing here.
He bulked up too.
Bulked up
He
to
bulked
it.
up and he did the voice. He did
the
the
voice is what kicks it up.
It's all about the voice.
Yeah, it's all about the voice.
If you
You
learn,
gotta
What about
understand
the
him.
movies with Christopher Lloyd or whatever? He did a good job.
Yeah, Doc Brown. Yep.
Yeah, Doc Brown.
okay. Well, we are getting toward the end of the show, so Uncle, that
End
means,
of the show. We're having a good conversation
well,
going
hey,
here.
isn't that the name of the game? Isn't that the way things go?
Yeah, I
we
know.
got-
After we had a good conversation going, we have to stop.
It's time for shout-outs. It's time for shout-outs.
Well, Jimmy first.
Jimmy first.
And then go from there.
Who you shouting out to, Jimmy?
Oh, shout out to Big Paulie Pelosi. If he'd come through on any of these sweatshop deals or get a hold of some wrestlers, give us a call.
Yeah, I'll tell you what,
Bye, everyone.
James, I second that. I'll tell you, if we can get that deal you were describing on the hats, as long as it's American prison labor, we'll take it. How's that?
Sounds like a deal.
Well, they're made in America, Chuck.
Well, at least they're made in
That's
America.
the important part.
There you go.
Assembled in America.
There we go.
Exactly, Robin. You're right. Assembled in America, correct.
Okay. Well, with that, why don't we go straight to Robin for shout-outs? Robin, who you shouting out to, man?
I'll do another shout out to Kelowna boy there, whoever's listening there, or Kelowna human, presumably human.
Presumably, yes.
If they call in next week or sometimes anytime soon, I'll send them your book.
Ooh, how about that?
Kelowna? As I've offered to any Canadians who still have not called in. Come on, Canada.
Yeah,
Get it together. Here's my promo. Listen up, Canada. It's time to pick up those phones. Dial with those weak fingers the number that Aaron will give out next time, and you will receive the great book written by Aaron Franz, Revolve, Man's Scientific Rise to Godhood. Let me hear those dials turning.
If anything, that should get him going.
Take that, wrestlers.
There we go.
All right,
Pumped
Robin.
up.
Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
We'll talk
Have
to
a
you
good
next
evening.
time, man.
I
Take it
do.
easy. All right.
All right. Cheers.
And then we've got Chris Graves. Thank you, Chris Graves, for the numbers, man.
yeah,
And
thank
who,
you for
who
those
you want to
numbers.
shout out to tonight?
Oh, do you shut up?
Yeah, can I shout out Vic Tabak, Gorgeous George, and Punky Brewster? Good night, everyone.
Punky
You can do that.
Brewster. I remember him.
Okay, there goes Chris. Uncle, the man responsible for the numbers. He came up, I want to say he was being instrumental in coming up with the idea of the numbers, and then he delivered numbers. So again, successful show. Chris did.
Oh, yeah.
What a success.
So far, he's got the angle. He's got the angle of getting.
Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
He's got the Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle is what I'm talking about.
Yes, exactly.
And I just want to say, quick shout out to Robin, because that sounded to me like a good impression of Gene Hackman.
Oh.
In the movie Unforgiven. How about that?
Oh, Unforgiven. Yes, I remember that show.
Do you have any shout outs to give, Uncle? You want to shout out?
Shout out to you and everybody here to when we're going to get the shot glasses.
Oh, yes.
To get going. That's a shout out to you all for that win.
Okay, so we can make the shot glasses happen. I'll just do a real quick shout out to Coco Beware, the Birdman again.
Oh, yeah.
Come on the show. I'd love to talk to you. The bird thing is more than just a gimmick. It's a way of life. Okay, I get that. So that'd be great to have the Birdman, Coco Beware, or any wrestler on the show. We're going to be calling those numbers, so get ready for that. It's going to be good. Our website's unclethepodcast.com. We're on nochili.com every Sunday night. It's at Uncle Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. Uncle, why don't you just go ahead and bring us home for the week here?
There's 292 episode.
Yeah, well, you got
Bye-bye. Boom, boom.